Hello. What I want to do here is talk through a process that you'll have to go through if you want to run the testing programs that I've got here for the Internet Money Wallet. You will need Visual Studio Code installed onto your machine. You can go and find that through the Visual Studio. If you just type in Visual Studio Code, and you can get that free and readily on the Microsoft platforms. So having downloaded Visual Studio Code, which I'm not going to go through now, you will need to have the extensions for .NET install tools. So you've got on this side here, you've got Explorer, you've got Search, Source Code, Run there, and you've got these extensions. So if you went and you typed in .NET install tools, that's going to come up here. You're going to get something telling you to install it. It's relatively easy to install. You also need the C# extensions installed the same way. Go through, install it that way. And you'll need the C# dev kit installed from Microsoft. So when you've got these three installed here inside Visual Studio Code, which you can get from the extensions tab here, then you are good to go. What you will need then is you're going to need to have the .NET SDK. Now, because this is a Linux machine, this is the command here that you would run to get this installed on your Linux machine. It is different for Microsoft Windows, and it is different for Mac. So again, at this present moment in time, I'm not going to go through that. I don't actually have a Mac. I would have to uninstall and reinstall again to run through that process, but I'm not going to do that at this present moment in time. Okay, when you've got that, you've got what is ready to go in terms of the code. So you're going to have to visit the GitLabs John.Bulmer IAM-Wallet auto tests. So this is where you want to visit, and you need that URL there. Then verify you can actually go to it. When you've got that, if you go back into Visual Studio, if you go to GitHub, and then you're going to enter, this won't be set up like it is, it's set up for that, but you enter the Git name here, and then you'll be able to clone. So you've got clone on here. You are going to clone the repository. I'm not going to do that because it's already done that, but you clone the repository and that will bring down the latest version. What you'll find is that as you go through and I update the code, at the moment I'm the only one who can update the code, but that will change if anybody feels as if they want to do anything. You can commit and then you can pull the latest changes. But that kind of will come through in whatever. Now, when you've got this set up and you're happy that this is set up, eventually you're going to see this little test tube. The little test tube is the testing. That will open. And as that stands at the moment, we've got the tests here all set out that are there to run. If you can get as far as that, we could talk again, but at the moment I'm just going to leave that there because this is just basic setup. But you will get to see this. You're probably not going to see that. You'll see how to install, but just leave it for a while and see if you actually get something looking like this. I will be available to anybody in the comments in this video that asks questions. We can set up meetings and we can get this up and running. We've already got this up and running on one person's computer, so we should be able to get up and running with the others. The one thing that will not be available in the repository, so you can see the files here of what you've got. The one thing that won't be available is in the open editor here in the resources, so you'll get to see the different the different folders within the repository. At the top level, you've got this resources here, and this environment file, environment.json file won't be actually in that repository. You need to create the environment.json file and then add that to the repository. These are the environments that are required. So we have a QA environment, we have a UAT, user acceptance testing, and a production environment. These are going to have to point to the locations of where the extensions are. Maybe that just needs a little bit more. If we can get to this point here, I can talk you through a little bit, but these are where my extensions are held on my local machine. So this is where the production extensions are on a Ubuntu machine. They'll be slightly different on a Mac, and they're different again on the Windows. But that's kind of the setup. If you just get this set up like this, we can have a talk and chat. Importantly, the seed phrases are the seed phrases for the wallet that you'll be using. At the moment, I've set everything to be A, B, C, D, E, F, G to X, and A, B, C to X in here. This particular wallet has two default addresses. So these are the addresses that you'd be getting for the wallet that we want you to put in, and the short code that would be the short address that would show up in the wallet itself. The private keys put in here, private keys put in here, and that is the setup. So as the tests run and go through everything, then it'll go through your keys that you put for that wallet and work on that wallet and do the tests on that wallet. I do recommend that this isn't your main wallet or whatever. I do have a small amount of PLS that's been gifted from KG to allow me to do some tests, and I use that on them wallets there, but I think it's prudent not to share that information at this point. Whether it's ever prudent to do, I don't know. The reason why I'm making the video is I require some help. Is what I need to do is we've got the tokens that exist on the wallet for the add tokens. They have addresses, and the way that the tests run is it'll look at the tokens in the wallet and it'll verify that against the blockchain. For that to actually happen, there are 166 tokens available, and I don't have 166 tokens in my address to change it, so I could do with a little bit of help anyway. So if there's anybody gets this far and would like to have a conversation with me, let me know. I'll get back to you and we'll see what we can do.